guys, it's Angel. Welcome back to the channel, and today we'll take a look at the Reno Air Race DLC here for Flight Sim, and yeah, that appears to be an F-18 taxiing out behind me. Fun. Welcome to T6 Texan. Now, for some reason this thing is started up. I think it's because he's put me on the runway, but we're going to take a short look. Oh, it's now an animated thing it does for you. Interested. Okay, no, it has like an animated intro thing that they've introduced now. Either way, we're going to take a look at some of the aircraft from the Reno DLC here, and we're going to give them a little fly, and then we're going to go run a time trial. So, let's take a look at this thing. We're looking at Baby Boomer right now, and I'm going to be specific because, as it has me sat here with the engine on, we're going to have a quick look now here, and we have, of course, the Pitts S1s for the biplane category, we have the T6s, we have the Albatrosses, and we also have the Unlimited category. Now, all these aircraft are individual. No two are really the same. From what I've seen so far, nearly everyone has its own cockpit based on the actual aircraft. A lot of them have similar instruments and tools, but they are the layouts that the actual aircraft have. Now, one thing that disappoints me is that still, I'm paying $50, or £50 I should say, for this DLC. I still can't open any canopies in any of these aircraft, which is hugely disappointing. It seems like a small thing, but to me it's a mark of care of the quality of the aircraft. When they don't have that, it seems to be one of those things. What the hell is that? Oh, multiplayer's turned on. Oh, that's a bright idea. Great. Okay, let's get the hell out of here and take this thing for a fly. As that Pitts pilot apparently can't keep it straight. Now, the Texans are actually really placid. They're a trainer after all. And they really have no weird tendencies. As there goes the poor little Pitts pilot down at the end there. No one's giving a crap about ATC today, apparently. At Reno instead, they're just flying their aeroplanes. Let's get this bad boy in the air. Gear up. This is going to be a bit of a run through. Everyone's everywhere. So the track is actually over here. I don't know if it's actually visible and set up as the race circuit in this mode, because I can't see the pylons down there, because that's where the pylons normally live. I'm going to head over here and take a look. That is at least where one of the pylons is located on the layout of the track, and it isn't there currently. So that would make me assume that in this layout we don't have them, which is disappointment that they can't actually do free practice really in the Reno Air Race series. But the Texan is a blast to fly. This thing is responsive, it's quick. But yeah, here's the road I would travel down on a lap here at Reno. I've just been and done one of the time trials, and I had an absolute whale of a time riding around here. It is a ton of fun. And the instruments and systems are pretty simple in a lot of these planes. They're not full complicated engine damage aircraft. You're not paying for an aircraft that will behave in the correct exact way as the real one. I think, as far as I've seen this, it is a slightly simplified version for the game. Now, I do love the Texans. They're actually a blast, and I will probably be flying some of these Texans just for fun, because they're great aircraft. And I do like a good Texan, but I like the race checklist there. Go fast, turn left, don't crash. That is solid advice, actually. So, everyone's not really paying attention to how everything works, really, at the moment, in terms of traffic at Reno instead. So, I'm just going to take us out a little bit wide. In fact, I'm going to have to fly this side of the circuit, realistically, to stay clear of the race track at Reno. So, we'll fly over the crowd. Much safer. Yeah, too soon. But the aircraft are relatively accurate in the same way most default aircraft are relatively accurate. They have the same sort of functionality in terms of start and systems. It's more basic than you'd want, but it's not too basic. The plane does seem to be a very accurate representation. It feels, dynamics-wise, like the T6 that A2A produced. And the race/civilian P-51 they produced feels similar to the P-51s, which we'll look at in a moment. And overall, not bad. Now, I do have head tracking. However, I'm not using it on video flights yet until I dial in the settings and make it smoother, because whilst I'm still trying to learn to cope with it, it's not something I want to put you guys through jerky, head flicking around shenanigans. So that's me. That's me getting used to it and actually settings. I'm loving the headset, and I'll have a review video up on that soon. It's a phenomenally easy system to use, and I am so happy with it. It's really, really good. But I'm trying to adjust my brain to it. After 10 plus years of using the hat switch, I've gotten very adept at that, so it's hard for me to adjust, really, to that style of doing things. Someone's landing here, or taking off, I think. Are you taking off or landing? It's a free-for-all right now, baby. Well, I guess I'm coming in behind him. Let's not get jet blasted, shall we? Apparently staying straight is a challenge right now. I am not doing my best work today. Looks like we've got off in any direction we want, apparently. I am also trying to rush through this in a really crazy manner because I want to kind of get down to showing you guys the other ones. We're 5 minutes in and I'm reluctant to realise that, oh god, time is passing by here. So we are down here in the Texan. It flies good. It's my favourite one of all of them so far. Let's go take a look without people flying around at some of the other aircraft, shall we? So here we are with the T6, oh not T6, sorry, here we are with one of the Mustangs. This is Bunny, and there are a number, of course, of these, and this is just one of them. I'll just be showing you one. Now, some of them have more modern-looking cockpits in here, some of them have older ones. So there's a huge variety of differences, and oh god. What is this, FS 2004? That looks flat as F! Oh my days. Yeah, whew, yeah, that's the thing, apparently. Okay, let's get this bad boy set up for takeoff. I can't believe I keep saying that word. Excuse me, people. I do apologise for that. Flaps are there. Okay, right. Let's look down here. Hate it when it keeps doing that again. What's this? Okay, parking brake on there. So we do want to have boost pump on. Primer on. Okay, engine start. Now, it's much quieter engine sound. That's a really disappointing level of engine sound, actually, unless you're at full throttle. All the aircraft from the Reno DLC seem super quiet on the ground, which is something I'm very surprised about. Now, we're not going to screw around with every single one of these being a full flight and takeoff and landing, even though I tried to truncate the last one. Okay. Interesting. Control E. I'm trying to do a test video here, people. Unless it wants me to turn it over with primer and then ignite it with fuel, which is most likely the right way. It's been a long time since I've flown a Mustang. Could we please just make airplane go brr? Thank you. Doesn't want to make airplane go brr. That's a... Okay, we have engine start. That's better. Now we have some engine sound. And it is very quiet. And this is one thing I've noticed. Compared to other aircraft and other parts of the sim, these aircraft are a lot quieter when they're at lower throttle. Which is really weird, although I guess it's simulating you wearing a headset or headphones or a helmet, which they would be. I don't know, it's tough to say, but they are a lot quieter, which is rather unusual. Maybe it's so it can actually let you hear the call-outs for the... Oh, hello, got the tail up there. Let you hear the call-outs for the comms from your spotter, which you do have in the racing, of course. We'll take off with Bunny and we'll have a quick flick around in the sky. Let's just power onto the runway here and we'll just go from this intersection. Now, Mustangs do like to swing. Okay, yeah. This is exactly like that Pitts pilot we just watched a minute ago. Aren't I professional? I have no time in these aircraft, just for reference. This is me taking them out for the first time. Good job there's lots of asphalt here at Reno. It really helps. Oh, hello. This feels very doinky. That does not feel right for a Mustang. I've flown the A2A1 a lot, and I know I needed rudder trimming, but I just couldn't look for it right there. Unless it's literally right here. It is, in fact. There's our rudder trim. Exactly where it should be in a Mustang. I feel like I'm rushing this video, which I am to an extent because there is so much content to go through and show you. So I'm kind of just giving the general impression. I gotta say, the interior is a little scruffy in this one at least. I've been in the sim inside a couple of the other ones to look at them. Haven't flown them, but every single one is different. That is one thing. Every aircraft is different. Now, you can buy the whole pack, or you can buy the Reno Racing DLC for a lower price, and you can buy an aircraft from each category if you choose to. or you can buy them all. That is on you as well. You can choose to buy the whole lot, or you can choose to buy one unlimited, one biplane, one Texan, one Albatross, or if you're like me, I bought the whole pack because I wanted to review it for you guys, but obviously I wouldn't have bought the Albatrosses because I'm just not interested. Let's go take a look at the Albatross, speaking of which. So here we are with one of the Albatrosses. This one is, I believe, Pipsqueak. And there's two pilots in here, of course, for this one. So we have, of course, the crew names on this one. They're all based on the actual aircraft liveries, so it's actually kind of cool in that regard. But Pipsqueak here, of course, is one of the Albatrosses. Now, they've all got different cockpits as well. This one's actually really gritty. I like this. This is a lot grimier. The canopy frame texture quality could be a touch higher, actually. It's a little low res, if I'm brutally honest. Some of them actually have glass panels in the front. Some of them have, like this, the actual original style Albatross cockpit. So here is our parking brake. Let's knock that off. Flaps are set. Let's give it a power and get the hell out of here. Unless I just, for some reason, set that, which, no, I didn't. Or did I? There we go. Apparently it was set, but it wasn't set. Who knows? Because every time you start the runway, it normally starts you with that on. Build our speed up here. Albatross comes off the ground very quickly. Gear up. Flaps up. Let's pull the power back. Now, as far as this aircraft goes, it is a very nimble one. Very responsive. I do like the fact it's got the sticky label information on there to keep certain numbers when operating the aircraft. I like how it's been made much more visible as well. And these, again, are based on the actual aircraft. Each one's individual, so a lot of these markings are put on by the actual owners and the racers to keep the aircraft familiar with them, so they could at a glance tell what the aircraft's doing. Because these are racing aircraft. You know, it's like a race car. You want to have things quickly referenceable so you don't screw it up when you're actually in the middle of a race. Because you've got so much more else to concentrate on, of course. And we've got modern radios. We have older radios. We have the Ben King older set there. A lot of the same little Garmin units, but they are very popular right now. So the little Garmin HSIs are very, very popular. Oh, not HSI, the ASI, sorry. AHI. Little combined mini screen. So, Albatross, pretty fun, actually, if you like jets. It's, again, just as simple as the others. It's not quite a full complex aircraft, but it does have a lot of the functionality other than some of these, which just don't have anything. Oh, what does this do? Oh, it does that. Well, the emergency engine stop works. Biplane time. Let's go sideways down the runway. So this is the Pitts S1. This one's Miss Diane. Now, a weird thing I've noticed with a lot of the aircraft in this DLC is you can go around this side and it's perfectly rotatable towards the front. Whereas if I go around this side, the plane disappears off my screen like my center point is somewhere in front of the aircraft. Like the actual pivot point is here. Which feels very weird. Like if I go above it, it's like, yeah, the pivot point feels off-center somehow. Which is very unusual. There, see? Why is that a thing? Why are you a thing? Yeah, completely off-center. Well, let's make sure we have a horrific accident down this runway, shall we? Actually, do I have rudder trim in this before I take off? I'm pretty sure I'm going to need some. Nope, fuel selector. That is pitch trim. Well, let's prepare to kick it, shall we? Prepare to kick it a lot. I can't see where I'm going, but that's fair enough. Oh, hello. Oh, God. Jill. This is embarrassing. Oh, okay, there we go. Okay, I stayed at least on the runway, so I have a one-up on that Pitts pilot we watched take off. So that's a bonus, right? So, obviously limited visibility. You're in a biplane. It's quite small. They tend to do that. Can't really even tell I've got glass on top of this thing. It's that clear and perfect that I can't even tell I've got glass. I do like the cockpit, though, the Pitts. Let's pull. Okay, we are literally throttle only on this. So we're a fixed pitch propeller. Very nimble. Now, I know these The biplane races, of all the races, you start on the ground with 4-second differences between takeoff. So I guarantee the starts for those are going to be an absolute cluster. But of course, it's an aerobatic aircraft and it will fly very nicely once you're at least in the air. The takeoff part is going to take some getting used to, I think. Right. I think that was everything. We have a Mustang, we have a Pitts, we have an Albatross, and we had a Texan. And I rushed through all of them. Let's go try some racing, shall we? Or at least a time trial. Well, here we are in the menu because I'm going to take you through the whole way of the Reno system. So here's the Reno Air Races. We click into the menu. You've got leaderboards. You have other factors here. So let's have a look at time trial in T6. Oh, hi. Yeah. I did one of these earlier. I'm currently 6th of only 10 people. Is that only 10? Oh, it's top 10. Okay. That's what best lap is. I'm 9th in best lap. I will take that. World top 10. Your position. 6th in the world. I don't know how many people have actually run laps yet, but I will take it. I'd like to see more than just top 10. But apparently, I'm 6th. Bragging over. We go back to the Reno Air Race tab. Now, you click on Start Race. And it loads you into the Reno section. And we'll be back in a second. So, of course, the end of the loading menu actually becomes this STIHL Reno series, and we get this. It's a bit jerky. Oh, lol. Let's do that. So it shows you the Reno menu for the Reno DLC, the game version, if you will. We're going to go do a time trial, and we're selecting the T6 class here, so we'll be happy with the T6. And I'm going to take my baby boomer, because baby boomer blah blah is the aircraft I'm considering. Yeah, I've adopted it to an extent. So let's have a go, shall we? Let's hit some time trial. Thankfully, this portion of the loading is quite fast, although I will say the spiking in FPS is quite weird, and it's a little surprising. Okay, here we go. So this is us dropping in for the run. It gives you this as you drop down. Whoa, I dropped out the ghost plane there. I've not seen that one before. So we'll come across the start line here, and we'll begin our lap. And this is the first pylon here. Come around 1, we'll keep it tight to 2. And you're going to be looking for your next pylon as you come round. Keep it tight to 2. Oh, I've got a ghost plane, which is me, I think. So I'm racing my own ghost plane. Through 3, and then we have the long back straight towards 4. I am still ahead right now by a second or so. Or nearly a second, which is pretty good so far. I only did one time trial before I actually tried this, and this was just before I started recording this whole video, actually. Because I wanted to see what it's like, and I really wanted to see if I could enjoy it, and I think I do. Past there, come into 5. I'm up another second and a bit. Can I chop this down and go up the rankings? That would be cool. There we go. There's pylon 6 and 7 are almost straight, so you can really line this one up and through to the start-finish line. Last time my average lap was about a 118, which I'm 1.8 up now, so we're looking at a 117, 116 maybe if I'm lucky here. If I can average that, that will drop me down overall by quite a few seconds. So 117.8, that's an improvement. I need to tighten up my turn 1. My turn 1 is my worst because I've been always riding out a lot wider. Coming out of that, I found last time I did it. And it made things a lot stickier when I was trying to get the good run towards 2. Now 3 is another one I really need to tighten up here, so I need to turn a lot tighter to that. And that pulls me through here, 1.9 up on that run, that's better. So I'm dabbing on my own ghost right now, which sounds like a really weird expression to say, but I'm in that racing head right now, and this is something I used to do a lot of when I used to sim race a ton. I was really into it, and I haven't raced in years. I've commentated a lot, and I used to commentate both road racing and NASCAR, and I do commentate road racing still. NASCAR occasionally for Podium Esports. So I cast that as the modern esports vernacular is. I could see myself casting some Air Racing, if we could actually find a way to broadcast this sort of stuff, that'd be kick-ass. Coming through turn 7, I want to straighten this one up a bit. I'm going to tighten it a little bit here, so I've got a clean run to the lap line. Consistently 1.7 up on my past self, so over 6 laps, talking nearly 2 seconds a lap. We'll take a half second off to average it later. So we're talking 12 seconds down. I could drop this down by at least 9 seconds, which would put me into primo positiono in how this works. As I keep going high out of 1. I'm running much tighter to the pylons now, so I want to be a little bit wider out for the entry for 3, which will let me tighten up the exit to 4. Aww. The plane will fly faster when I'm not turning. That's another thing as well. Turns in air racing are just like road racing. You want to basically have a clean line through the corner, so you're tracking out wide, you're coming into the apex, and you're tracking out again. So you want to be looking at your track out point rather than at the apex itself. So I know where the apex is, I know where 5 is, I know how much I need to turn, so I'm coming in here, I'm looking at where 5 will be, and I over widen that one there, as I'm coming in very tight for this. That's too tight, or it was just tight enough. That was, wow, I'm up a lot here. This is a much quicker run by me. We're on lap 3 of 4 here, so I am up considerably on my previous run. If I can up that by 9 seconds and get 40, I'll be very happy. I don't know whether I can manage that or not, but I'm going to try. Let's try and nail this turn 1 and 2. I'm considerably up right now. Give us a pedal, stop myself from climbing so much. I did get 1 or 2 altitude beeps last time by. Nah. Keep that tight. Go through into 3. I'm yanking it around the corner, which is not ideal. I could go faster if I don't do that. Need to include a bit more rudder pedal to try and let the plane ride around as it wants to. Now, sudden changes of altitude are going to cost you speed, so you want it to be smooth as possible, which is why some of these yanking around the corners aren't as fast as I could be. I'm suspecting there's a better line I could take that would widen up the corner for me a lot better. Pedal in there. Keep it turning round in a kind of more rotating pattern, which already turns me in for 5. This is too wide. I've actually botched this lap. This has been a crappy one. But it straightens me up a lot more for 6 and 7. As we'll come through the pylon at 7 to the lap line. This dirt track I mentioned earlier in the video, of course. As we'll come across the line here to complete 4.
2 laps left. Keep it up.
I'm quick. I think I'm quick. This is a good run, though. This is a really good run. As long as I don't bin this or do anything stupid, I'm on to improve on my best. So that should shove me up in the rankings. My competitive side has come through now, and I am biting for this. I want to improve on this global standings. Maybe I'll end up being a Reno Air Racer in the sim. Maybe that'll be my destiny. Maybe I'll go from bush flying to flying race planes. But I could enjoy racing this in the actual race conditions. I haven't yet, because lobbies are, there's a lot of people wanting to do it, so lobbies are really busy. I think custom races with friends would be a fantastic thing. I don't know whether that's a possibility yet, but that would be an amazing thing to do. There we go, keep ourselves turning. Let the plane drop in here. Super tight to the barrel. I'll keep hearing those dings. 2.3 up, that was a fast run. I am actually gaining time. And unlike in a race car, I'm not worrying about tyres that are going to wear out if I push too hard. Just the airframe might snap. That's not a huge deal, is it, really? Okay, one last time. White flag this time by. White flag. There's the white flag on the stand.
One more lap.
Okay, we can do this. 2.3 up. Let's nail this. Let's bring this home. I'm looking for a 40. 40, I think, is possible. That would be amazing if I could do that. I've been consistently taking about a second and a bit off every lap. Let's keep this one perfect. No penalties. And that's the big thing. Clean, no penalties is good. Don't cross the pylon. Go inside the pylon. Or, you know, crash. That would be sucky. Oh, this is a crappy exit onto out of 3. We're okay, though. The dirt trail's there. I'm using reference across the runway. Last run here. Come on. 30 seconds to make it back around, and my lap times are 1 minute something, so I don't know how good this is going to be. Come on, last section of corners. what would be 3 and 4 in NASCAR terms. 4, 5, 6, and 7. Come on, baby, run through. That's it. I'm wide for 6. But it straightens me up for 7. I'm going to cost time on this last lap. Come on. As tight as possible. As tight as possible. Let's run for the line. Oh, it's a 40. I'm not going to make it. I'm not going to be faster. I will be faster overall, but not as much as I thought I would be. 5, 6. No. 2 seconds up for my last. Not as good as I could do. Let's see where it's put me. Fire. 5th. Okay, I'm up a spot. I'm up a spot in the ranking. I'll take that. I can do better. I lost time on that last run. My best laps are 1:17.7. Let's take a look at the actual breakdown of the times here. So my lap speed was lowest on my last lap. I butchered that time. You can see it was a slower lap. Fastest was 5. That was my smoothest one I got. If I could do that again, I could bring this down. Oh man, I lost so much on that last lap. So I was 6th currently, and that's dropped me up to here. So I'm between 5th and 4th. I'm close. So I'm under him by 2/10, I think. What am I looking at here for my overall time? 47.5. So that puts me ahead of him, but behind him. I could get down there. Highway is fast. That time is ridiculous. Alioth, Inuit, Fligamaris, Camelord, me. Jolk, Sharp Knife, Juster, Benjagapster. I don't know these names, whatever. Whoever they are. But this is a blast. This really is. And I could see myself doing this for way too long. Anyway, this video has gone on way too long. Hopefully you at least gotten a taste of this. What is my take on the Reno DLC? Totally fun. Yeah, give it a crack. The DLC itself is like £15 or equivalent. The planes are about 8 each, so you do save a lot by buying the whole pack for 50. But if you don't want them all, don't buy them all. I mean, I'd be happy just buying one Texan and liking it, so there we go. We'll have to see, right? Anyway, thanks for watching, folks. Hopefully you have enjoyed this and got something out of this, and at least given you an impression of what you want to do with the Reno DLC. I'll probably this weekend be putting something out on the free planes, which, spoiler alert, aren't great. Thanks for watching. Bye.